Wandering Night, a low-vision view of the world. Trail maintenance on the North Country Trail. It's a very crisp fall morning here on the North Country Trail, and I'm part of a trail crew that's doing some work on the Spirit of Woods chapter section of North Country Trail. A little while ago, a huge blowdown took out a bunch of boardwalk along the trail here in Lake County, and they're having to replace all that. The boardwalk's necessary because the trail goes through some particularly mucky areas, and as well as replacing the boardwalk, you got to create some new trail that's sufficiently wide for anyone, including people in wheelchairs, to get through. And while we're doing all that, we're also doing some other general trail improvement work. It's all part and parcel of making the North Country Trail a better trail for everybody that uses it. Hello.
Hi.
How goes it?
All right.
So we're here on the North Country Trail and doing some trail cleanup. Actually, I'm not entirely sure why we're doing this section of trail. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Because this section of trail is actually in pretty good shape. A few little hillocks here and there, but new decking going in. But you're working on something else right now. What are you doing?
We're flattening the whole trail and making it clear so that pretty much anybody could hike it.
Why do you come out, and what brings you out to do trail work like this? Because it's hard. It can be hard work.
Yeah. For volunteer work through the outdoor club at Ferris State University.
Oh, okay. So you're not part of the Spirit of the Woods chapter. You're part of this is for school for you?
Yeah. Get some volunteer work in looks good on resumes. And
Now, do you think you'll join the Spirit of the Woods chapter and maybe hike some North Country Trail now that you've been out here? And
I enjoy hiking quite a bit, so it'd be good to get into.
it's been said before, but I think it bears repeating. This kind of volunteer work has rewards that go beyond just the basic being outdoors and putting in a day's physical and manual labor. And I know that sounds maybe a little cliche, a good hard day's work, but there really is a satisfaction to that alone. There's a greater satisfaction in knowing that you are helping to build or maintain and improve something that hundreds, if not eventually thousands, of people will use to further their enjoyment of the outdoors. And in so doing, they'll learn maybe a little more about themselves and about the world at large. The North Country Trail is a scenic trail that runs from New York to North Dakota, spanning over 4,600 miles using paved roads, dirt roads, 2 tracks, rails to trails, and hiking trails. The trail is maintained by volunteers, thousands of us, and we're organized into chapters. This outing was managed by the Spirit of the Woods chapter. I'm actually a member of the Western Michigan chapter, and you can learn all about the chapters, the North Country Trail, and how you can support the North Country Trail by visiting that official website I just mentioned, northcountrytrail.org. There is a lot to see on the North Country Trail. There's a lot to do on the North Country Trail, just as there is on America's other great long-distance scenic trails, the Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail and the Continental Divide Trail, just to name the best 3 known. However, there are many other trails, long and short, that require services of volunteers to maintain them. In all probability, one of those trails is near where you live. So if the idea of helping to keep a hiking trail in good shape appeals to you, and the idea of getting outdoors appeals to you, then perhaps you can become a trail volunteer. As usual, links to more information, including some trip journals, photos, videos, and more, can be found at my website, wanderingnight.org, or on my blog, awanderingnight.blogspot.com.